Hi. So I'm putting out another coaching session with Paul. And the reason I'm doing this is because this one's different from the other sessions in that this one highlights some of the challenges that you come across even before you've spoken to somebody. So I'm gonna narrate through some of the points that I make here. I've got some subtitles, but I'm gonna add some context to that in person, which hopefully will help you further with your challenges if they're similar to these. All right, I'll speak to you through the video. Take care. I hope it's a good one. I hope you enjoy it.
So what I'm doing right now is I was checking them out a little bit before you and I started meeting today, and it is a company. Just so happens that the headquarters to this company is about 45 minutes away from our offices here. So I'm going to try and see if I can get in touch with their operations director and see what I can find out. This is just basically off of my database to see, it could be the correct person, could be outdated, but let's go ahead and give them a call.
So you've had a look.
So I did a little bit of research.
Well,
not a huge amount. Didn't want to, do it all day. But let's go ahead and.
Great, good. It is important. It's like I said before. It's okay to research, but you've got to know what you're researching so you can do it efficiently.
Definitely. And this was, okay, who's the operations director? Is there anything connected to my own company that would be of help? And so that was the impetus behind it. So let's see. Okay, so you heard there that Paul said he didn't want to research all day, but he did do a little bit of research, and that was into who the ops director is. He also had another couple of pieces of criteria that he wanted to look for. And I've made it clear that you really do need to know what you are looking for when you do your research. That's what reduces the time you spend on it. If you don't know what you're looking for, you could end up just surfing around all over the place, not knowing what to look for. And I'll just give you some tips again. If you want to know who, go to LinkedIn, because those are about people. Those profiles on there are about people. So you'll get a better idea of who it is you're looking to speak to. If you want to know about what the company is into, their values, who they are, what they're about, and how you can connect with them, you go to their website. Or you can have a look on places like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Those kinds of places give you a feel for what a company might be focused on right now and how you can maybe make a link to what you're doing. Okay, so those are the things. News pages on a website are important. About us on a website are important pages. The rest of the pages you don't necessarily need to be reading or looking into great depth at this stage, as long as you've got an understanding of about them. And you've had a look at news feeds should you need to, because you can't find it on social media. Hopefully that'll give you an idea of how to research efficiently. So I am going to give them a call. I'm also looking at them. Okay, good. Yeah, it's I got the CEO here, so. Why don't we try with the CEO? Okay. So, what was the name that you have that you found? I have. So whenever you're ready, Paul. Yep, I'm going to give Gary a call. Yeah, I'm just gap filling. Yeah. There we go. Let's aim high. Yes. Why not? This will be interesting.
Thank you for calling the We have recently received a high volume of calls following the COVID-19 outbreak. We appreciate it. Thank you for calling the Dollar Tree Store Support Center. Please listen to the following options so that we may best assist you. If you are a customer, press 1. If you're a current or past associate, press 2. If you are a vendor or business partner, press 3. For a list of other options, press 4. During normal business hours, press 9 to reach the receptionist.
Let's try vendor and see where it goes.
If you're interested in becoming a Dollar Tree vendor or real estate partner, please visit www. Otherwise, you may listen to the following options. To call an extension by name, press 1. To call an extension by number, press 2. If you're interested...
Extension by name.
Hello and welcome. Please enter the number of the person you are calling. Or to spell a name, press 1. To access your mailbox, press pound. Using your keypad, please spell the name, last name first. Sorry, but I'm not finding a match for that name. Try again. Spell the person's name, last name first. I have found 3 matches. For the analyse. Press 1 for. Press 2 for. Press 3. If you didn't hear the recipient you want, press 4. To hear these names again, press 5.
So I think what I'll do is I am going to move on to another large local company.
Just before you do,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the options there that you had, before you went into vendor, there was an option to press 9 and go to reception.
Yes. And so maybe I should try that again.
Yeah.
Let's go to reception.
I just think that all the others might be automated.
I think you're right.
Okay, so one of the most challenging parts of cold calling is these automated answer systems that you get on the other side. And they do happen quite a lot. They probably happen more and more now with COVID because there aren't people there to man the phones. But the most important thing you have to do is you have to know how to work with them. And to know how to work with them is to know who you need to speak to. So you don't just need to have a name. You ought to understand, where does your service fit in the organization? Is it with, operations? Is it with IT? Is it with human resources? Is it with sales? For me, it will be sales. So then the second thing you have to do is listen carefully to the options and listen out for the options that are best gonna get you and quickly get you to speak to a human being. It is no use following options to another automated system, and you probably know what I'm talking about. Paul did it just then and unfortunately wasted a lot of time going through options that were, I guess, safe or comfortable to go to because you don't really want to have to face a gatekeeper. Don't do it because you're wasting your time. Go face the gatekeeper. Go to the horse's mouth. Go to wherever there is a human being. For me, if there isn't a option of anything else, I would go to sales because I know in sales there'll be somebody there to answer the phone. Customer service, probably somebody there to answer the phone. You need to speak to a human being so that you can get some information about how to get to the person that you need to speak to. So be wise, be smart about how you tackle these options, right? Please don't play it safe. Go for whichever option it is that's going to give you human interaction.
Thank you for calling the Support Center. All of our operators are currently busy. Please stay on the line and the operator will be right with you.
And I'm just clicking through to look at different names.
Due to a high volume of calls, all associates are busy assisting other callers. If you would like to be transferred to our automated system, press 1. Otherwise, please continue to hold and your call will be answered by the next available operator.
Right. So I guess you have to make a call here depending on how much time you've got to make this particular call.
Yeah. So
sometimes
this would probably be, yeah.
I was just going to say,
go ahead.
sometimes it's good if you know that now you know it may take some time to get through. That's the time where usually I just spend, as you were doing, looking through other names and other companies and just doing a little bit different kind of research, or even further research on that one. But next time you pick that up, you know, I would have, had you carried on, I was just about to start looking at them on LinkedIn to see who's who there.
Oh yeah, you know, you can use it productively, you know, and like you said, looking for that kind of thing. I do have another one to move on to, though, if we have time.
Yeah, it would be good to get one in with you.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was trying to get in touch with Donald Stout, if he was available. I might be mispronouncing his last name.
Is it S-T-O-U-T?
I have written down here S-T-A-U-P.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm not finding him in my directory, but if you want to try to reach out by email, it would be his first name dot last name at
I see. Well, maybe you can, would it be all right if I asked a question? Maybe
Sure.
Maybe you could give me a little bit of guidance. I was hoping to talk to Donald about outsourcing some business services because I thought he was in operations. Would there be somebody that might be better to talk to about that you know of?
Let me see if I can find a operations coordinator. One moment.
Thank you.
Okay, let me try. One moment.
Thank you.
Currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
So I do not, much like you and what I've learned from you, I don't leave voicemail messages for people that I don't know. For the most part, yeah, it's I don't really see that being that productive because not a lot of people go to voicemail when they don't know me.
Right, so I do say do not leave voice messages for people you do not know. And the reason is quite simple. You cannot sell yourself on a voice message. All you can do is warn the other person that you are there trying to sell something, and you're giving them the option to make a decision based on what you are saying in that very short message. And that doesn't give you a fair opportunity to sell yourself and who you are and what you stand for and what your business stands for. All of that can only be done through rapport, through you being fresh, through your personality that comes through, not on a voice message. So yeah, don't leave voice messages unless you know the person already. That's my tip.
Know me. However, I do see the vice president of operations for a local
bank
that I can chat with. So let's go ahead.
Do it. Just one more thing.
Just one more quick one.
on that last one,
mm-hmm.
Did you know who you were talking to again?
No, I made the same mistake.
Okay.
And where I did not get the name, so that would be helpful in an intro email.
Yeah, but I know why, and I can see what happened there, because you were a little bit thrown by the name not being who you expected it to be. Mm. And sometimes that happens because you almost have your expectation laid out for the call. So you were prepped, you were ready. Yeah. And that's where the danger is, that you were over prepped for the conversation and not prepped for an outcome, if you see what I mean. and that means that you lost your moment right there in that call. So just relax a little bit at that stage. She said he's not there. In your head, what were you thinking right then at that moment when she said he's not there? What happened?
At that moment, what I thought of was, okay, well, I've got to find out who to talk to. I didn't take the deep breath and ask, oh, well, I'm sorry, what was your name? Thank you for helping me with that, Jennifer, or whatever her name was, to get that name in my head so I could utilize that information later on. Right. It was an instant, okay, I've got to get to the other person.
Yeah, right, okay. So that thought of, right, I need to find out who it is. Mm-hmm. What I want you to just get used to doing is saying what you're thinking, right? So what could you have said to her at that moment that would have just made the conversation flow a little bit more comfortably at that point?
Probably could have said something along the lines of, well, you know what, I must have wrote it down wrong. Who would you think I should talk to in that kind of capacity or that kind of role?
Yeah, perfect.
Make myself a little not okay, to make her want to help.
Yeah. Exactly. That's right. It's always about being that. It's like I always remember times when I'm in the wrong lane and I need to get into the other lane. And sometimes I'll sort of play the dumb person and just sort of be a little bit, oh, I'm in the wrong lane,
Yeah.
And people let you in, right?
Yeah, it's like, sorry,
Sorry, I'm just so stupid, And when you do that and you put yourself in a more humble sort of position, then people's nature, human nature is to help, right?
Yeah.
So that person will help you. So don't be afraid to say what's in your head. There is no script, there's no rights or wrongs about it. As long as you're not thinking something completely off the call, which you shouldn't be. If you're in the call and you're thinking at that moment, oh, where do I go now? Say it. Say, oh, okay, I'm lost now then. I really need to speak to somebody about. Is there any way you can help me? And that's what makes you human. And when you become human on a phone, the other person sees you as a human being and treats you as a human being, not like a sales robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
And that is really, really crucial. So okay, I completely saw what happened there. I know what you have to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really.
But again, it was good to learn, but also it gave me a tool the next time that happens. Because when I had, yesterday I encountered something like that and it was fine. In this place, or this example, I was over prepared for the call in my head. It's like, it's going to go like this. And then, so more proof that scripts don't work. So,
absolutely. Scripts do not work.
Yeah. Even if it's a script in your head.
Yeah. And this is what people don't get. It is, you've got to trust your brain a little bit. Mm-hmm. You've got to trust your brain. Most salespeople have what it takes. They just don't trust their own brain and their own skills. You feed your brain what you want it to do. The skills are already there. The brain will work out the skills, but you got to trust in it. Okay.
It is that makes sense.
Okay. You are what you think. They say that, right?
They do. I mean, that was another valuable lesson. And if that kind of thing crops up, that's sort of twice now. Yeah. So now I know that's an area that I can consistently improve on as I make phone calls.
Yeah, and you will because you take it on board. Well done. Do you want to try one?
Yeah. Try one more. You have time?
Let's do a quickie, Paul.
Yep, let's do it.
Thanks for Lucinda, how can I help you?
Hi, Lucinda. I was trying to get a hold of Michelle if she was available.
Who?
I'm probably mispronouncing her last name. It was spelled Gladue.
Not familiar. This is the Turtle branch, so she's not here.
Do
you know if she's in a branch or the corporate office?
She might be at the corporate office. I'm a little lost now. I was hoping to talk to her about some outsourced business services.
Okay, that's corporate. Let me give you that number.
Okay.
The receptionist will connect you over there.
Oh, great. And I'm sorry, I'm Paul, by the way. What was your name? I didn't want to be rude, but I really appreciate that.
Oh, no problem at all.
All right, thanks so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right, so got the name.
Well done for remembering.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's okay. Although she did say it right at the beginning of the call.
Yeah, she did.
But there's no harm in asking, because did you see how she felt?
Yeah.
Well, did you hear how she felt? You couldn't see her, but you she was, you took the time to find out who you were speaking to, and she was really, really pleased, and she felt something,
Yeah, I think so, because it's a reverse of when you walk into a shop and the person behind the counter says, "Can I help you?" And you say, "Just looking." Yeah. I think salespeople, at least this salesperson, I'm guilty of not hearing the name when they first say it.
Yeah.
Because I'm so focused on the outcome. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I usually, when people call me and they give me the name, I will either write it down, or if I'm calling them, if you get it, write it down straight away. Be prepared to write it down. If not, then don't be afraid to ask again. What you did there, she didn't even say, did she? She didn't say to you, "Oh, I did say it."
No.
So it's fine. But what she felt from you was a human interaction.
Yeah, it was. I realized, that was rude of me. I'm sorry. What's your name? Yeah. So.
Right. Good. Now you're saying what you're thinking. Good stuff.
Yeah.
That was a good call. What are you going to do with it?
Well, I'm going to take that number and I'm going to research it again to make sure I talk to the right individual before I make that call.
Okay, so that's it. Now, I owe Paul Bunch a massive thank you for taking part in these coaching sessions. Without him taking part, I wouldn't have been able to show you how the smallest oversights or little mistakes and things you miss on a cold call can have a bigger impact on your overall ability to gain a prospect. Now, what we've looked at there is, for example, the receptionist, getting a receptionist name. It helps you to be able to communicate on a much warmer level going forward from that point onwards. Being also able to communicate with a human as opposed to machines makes a huge difference on your being able to gather information. So it doesn't really matter that you haven't got the right person, so long as you've got a human being from whom you can gather information that'll help you to get to the right person next time, and therefore makes the leads warmer for you. And then also you've got this whole thing about push yourself in on a level that is the same level as the other person, i.e. humanize the cold call. All right, make yourself come across as who you are, as the human being that you are, and not as a cold caller. There is a difference. Cold callers, when you listen to them, typically they sound robotic. You, the individual, the person who's going to sell, you're a human being. So humanize the call and make it work for you. All right, I really hope that's been helpful. Please do get in touch if you want to take part in one of these, because if this has helped you, then you can see how it could help a lot of other people too. All right, take care. All the best. Speak to you soon.